Testing. Done. Yo-ho.
Okay, Rick.
Okay, I'm not. It's on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gee, yeah. Testing, testing. Okay.
Check. 2, 3, 4. Check 2, 3.
That's for you one there.
So you gotta get that mic closer to your mouth. That goes over the center of your head.
Only.
And like, you can deflect it, push it down.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
1 second. No, Eileen. Okay. I'd like to call to order the Timber Oaks Community Service Association's board meeting for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, Debbie, roll call.
Yes, ma'am. Paula DePace,
I'm here.
Eileen Dunn, Dave Kaufman,
Here.
Mike Delph,
Here.
Rick Agler,
Here.
Donna Mosier, and Susan Muniak.
Here. Okay. The disposition of the previous minutes, may I have a motion for accepting the minutes?
Motion to accept the minutes as written.
Second.
Any comments from the board? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, treasurer's report.
Everything's still looking real good. Our expenses were down some last month, but as everybody knows, just because you're down 1 month, it's gonna probably go back up a little bit next month. Right now, for the fiscal year, we're running about 55,000 ahead to the good on our budget. The only negative that I'm seeing right now is the value of our Cornerstone account. It's not increasing as fast as it was. Interest rates are going down. We're looking at putting some of this stuff into some CDs that pay a little bit better right now. Other than that, everything looks good. Oh, and also our delinquencies have fallen way down too.
Okay, and delinquencies going down is a good thing.
Yes, ma'am.
May I have a motion to accept the report as read?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, you're up, Jack.
As I mentioned, I apologize for the duplicate in my report. I'll just skip over it. The lawn crew broke the backflow prevention pipe in the RV lot. Our guys shut off the water within 3 seasons, did come and make the repairs to the pipe. On October 17th, the plumber replaced the backflow prevention device as it was antiquated and leaking. And I don't know why we have that backflow and it's never been called for an annual inspection. Because it's usually required to have an annual inspection and that never happened. Nelson tried to rebuild the pool shower valve, didn't work. So we went and just put it straight lever on, off. Because those push buttons, we've been through 6 of them since I've been here, and they're over $100 a piece. So simple lever on and off. October 17th, Nelson installed a new spa timer, a little crank button because the old one was sticking. Also, Nelson was out touching up the paint on the villa signs. The county fixed a dip in the road that I reported at Ranch and Ponderosa. They responded pretty quick to that and patched it up. The guys replaced 2 mailboxes for residents. I'm sure that count is up since then, right, Richard? How many have you guys done of late?
He's working on 2 more now. So we just did 2 and he's got 2 more.
Okay. 3 Seasons lawn contract came in with a 3% increase, still cheaper than the other bids I received. It's on the agenda for you to review the other bids that I did receive. Pool Medic had to reinstall the light for the spa that had fallen out. Someone broke the bracket that held the light in its socket. The guys fixed 2 irrigation leaks on the side of the clubhouse by the gym. Nelson replaced the broken electrical box that operates the gate opener by the pool pit. Mike, that's the one you pointed out to me. Richard installed new hinges on one of the lower pool gates that was not closing properly. You got your fingers in the way now, you're in trouble. Had to contact 3 Seasons Tree Service to remove a fallen tree behind Merrimack on our property where the DRA is over there. The fallen tree was hung up in another tree like a widowmaker. Had to replace one of the pool deck umbrellas that followed up from my attention. Had to purchase 4 new tires for the golf carts that were worn out. We did try a different shower handle, but it was manual. You had to hold it. Got complaints on that, so we went straight with the on-off lever. We had to replace the water fountain on the pool deck as it wasn't functioning properly. I met with 2 contractors to get pricing on fob access for the tennis courts. Mike asked me to look into this. One turned it down due to proprietary software that they didn't have licensing to use. The other contractor that does handle that software came in around, he was on the phone this morning, and I think you heard him, Mike, he's like 10 grand for the equipment and labor just for the fobs of the gates, and then another $4,000 to $6,000 of trenching to get the cabling back from the clubhouse. So that pretty much takes that off the table.
We can afford to buy a lot of
Yeah, right. On November 8th, Nelson had to put a new water pump on the ice machine. It's up and running. We ordered an extra pump to have it in stock, so if it happens again, we can fix it immediately. Met with contractors to get bids for new cameras, which is on the agenda. Had to call in Pasco Pump to replumb the irrigation pump here at the clubhouse. And it was leaking at both ends, and it's pretty sophisticated plumbing, so I had them do it. I went into Driftwood to do quite a few pages of follow-ups on violations, like 7 pages worth. And already told you about the shower valve. We also replaced the air pump on the spa, which gave out again. We're checking to see if this one was under warranty. Violations, we have 83 closed and 106 new. Yeah, Linda's out there winning hearts and minds.
I have a question on the report.
Yes, ma'am.
You said Nelson put a new pump on the ice machine. Didn't we get a new ice machine?
Yes,
And there's no, warranty on it?
Deb hasn't gotten any response from the warranty department. It was a $48 part.
That doesn't matter what it was. If we're under warranty, if something else goes on that, we're up the creek then. Is that what you're saying? When you bought it, you didn't look at a warranty on this machine?
We got the warranty paperwork in, put it in. We haven't heard back from them yet.
Who picked the water pump? Was it the board or was it our manager?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Who picked the new ice machine? Was it the board?
It was a combination.
And none of you thought to look and see what the warranty was on it?
There is a warranty, and
And it is what? It doesn't cover the pump, which is the main part?
it's
And we
not
went,
the
how
main
long
part.
did we go? 2 weeks we went without an ice machine. We got a new one and it shut down again within 2 weeks.
It was more than 2 weeks, and
More than 2 weeks, what, that we were shut down? Yes.
if it was more than 2 weeks in between when the new ice machine came up and failed. Okay?
And that makes it okay.
No, that does not make it okay,
Okay.
LeMay. It does not make it okay, and it was a board decision to buy that pump. And no, we did not. We have a warranty. Unfortunately, we haven't heard back from them. I'm expecting we'll get the $48 back.
Let's hope so.
And
That doesn't
Thank
make
you.
it right, whether it was 2 weeks or not. You should know what the warranties are on things that you buy. And I would hope it was a board decision and not just left to Jack.
it was a board
Okay, the other one I
decision.
want to know is why you were in Driftwood. Are you now the enforcer on violations in Driftwood? And how did that come about without a board meeting?
It came about because the attorney said that if Driftwood does not have a committee, it is up to us to do the violations.
Okay, so we are paying our manager to do violations?
That's part of his job, dear.
No, his job is to oversee what's going on, not to drive around. So we're
Excuse
paying
me.
Jack. I'm sure it
LeMay,
works out well.
LeMay, I'm not
They-
going to argue with you. You were
Well,
giving an
you're
answer.
going to let me speak.
No, I'm not anymore.
Yes.
Goodbye.
No.
Thank you.
Like, your
No.
nose is not up, so I am allowed to speak. Does anyone else, Dave, I saw you with your hand up, but apparently Sue is the only
I
one who
just
speaks
wanted
now.
to say to you that I was as upset as you are that the machine didn't work. I was on a cruise boat, called back here to make sure that we had ice for an event. But the fact of the matter is the ice machine was $1,200, which is well below our manager's discretionary spending. And so I don't recall actually voting for the ice machine because I felt it fit under his purview.
We did not vote, but but everybody knew about it. It was not just the manager said, buy this one and we bought it.
So everyone on the board knew what was going on.
Yes.
And no one checked the warranty. Okay, thank you.
That's not true.
LeMay.
There is a warranty on the ice machine. We have sent the paperwork in and applied to the manufacturer to get our ice machine repair covered under their warranty. Now, if you'd like to have it just sit there not running, you could leave it and not have any ice for anything, but we'll go ahead and get it fixed.
I have
Wait
no
for
problem
them
with you
to-
replacing,
Wait for them
but
to
I expected you to say,
refund us.
we're waiting for payment on the warranty.
You must have missed that because I did that.
Oh, really? Where did you do that? On Facebook?
Me on Facebook? Come on now.
Okay, then I'm saying, how did
Okay,
everyone
enough.
know that? I'll be done.
Okay, moving on. Our committee. We don't,
Tanya Bakley Art Committee, a committee that met and reviewed 32 arts, 30 were approved, 2 were disapproved. 1 was for a carport, 1 was for a shed that was too large. But it's also in the senior village, and sheds aren't allowed.
Yeah, well, it was supposedly attached to the house anyway, but
But
It's-
it's not allowed
it-
either way.
for the carport,
Oh, yeah, either one was allowed.
yeah. Okay, can I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the 30 that was approved by the committee.
Any comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate you.
May I have a motion on the other two? To reject the other two?
I make a motion not to accept the other two.
I second it.
Any comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. We can move on to unfinished business, and there is none. New business, lawn bids. Oh, excuse me, all the other committee reports, sorry. Okay, Live Oaks. I'm sorry.
Hi, Gail Rupp, Vice President, Live Oaks, and for Beverly Kudak, who's unable to attend today. Our board reviewed scheduled events for 2025. We had music on the lake last night, which was well attended. Events continue to be well attended and enjoyed by all our residents. The Live Oaks tree lighting and social is scheduled for December 2nd. 2026 event calendar has many events scheduled. We still are looking for hosts for some of those events. Our next Live Oaks board meeting is November 28th, 2025.
Thank you. Any questions for Live Oaks? No,
Thank you, Gail.
thank you. Okay, the Fines Committee,
Bonnie Lipsky, Finance Committee. We met on 11/10 at 9:30. Violations received were 6, 2 were corrected, and 4 enforced.
thank you very much, Bonnie. And Finance Committee, Dave, did you want to give the report?
No, I said really, I know. Yes, so the report was, we went over everything was good. We had a few questions to Mike. We go back to the board. We had one question a few months ago that we haven't really heard back about. Why the insurance, automobile insurance went up like almost $2,000. That was one of the questions we asked a couple months ago to Mike, and we haven't heard back. The other ones, we should hear back by Monday, because that's our next meeting. And that's about all I have for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, any other committee reports? Let's move on. Unfinished business, there is none. New business, the lawn bids. Jack, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, as I stated, 3 Seasons, who does their lawn and spraying for weeds, bugs, fertilizers, what have you, came in at 3%. I went out and just to prove a point, we got King's Landscaping, which they did include their fertilization program, came in at $6,000 monthly, which is substantially higher than 3 Seasons at that's all I have to dig through here. You know what the monthly is on this?
46/58/95.
46, okay. Yeah, and King's Landscape is 6,000. The other company from the ground up, their bid was just for grounds maintenance. They don't do the spraying. And they came in at like $100 more, not including the grounds treatment. So 3 Seasons is still the best game in town.
Okay.
Can we ask them to hold the price for one more year? They've held it for the last 3.
Say again?
Can we ask 3 seasons to hold their price for one more year? They've held it for the last 3.
No. I can try, but I doubt it would be what's very.
I think we can negotiate with them and maybe settle somewhere in between.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jack.
So when is the contract up for 3 seasons, Jack?
It just renewed.
So
Okay, then
Could I just say something?
we hear, okay, it was October 23rd. Because it says, we hereby submit this contract dated the 23rd date of October, by and between. And
The sheet I got from Deb, 2 months ago said it expires in, July of 2026.
okay. Let's see. Beginning the first day of January 2026 is when this contract would go into effect.
so it's not July?
It's not July, it's January. It says beginning the first day of January 2026.
Yeah, I'd just like to go back and look at the contract that we're working under right now, and see if it has an expiration date on it. I asked for a contract summary report, and the contract summary report I have says we can, either party can, discontinue it with 30 days notice, and it has an expiration date of July 2026.
Marion Evans, yeah, and I just wanted to say on manager's report, it says, we renewed 3 seasons long contract with a 3% increase. So saying that he already renewed it.
I can talk to Joe about it.
Thank you, Mary.
We will check on it and let you know what the actual outcome is. Okay. All right, well, Jack, you'll check on what's going on. All right,
When, do we have a time frame that he can get back to us on this? Because the expiration of the contract is either January 1st.
well, it would be by the next week. He will let us know
I'll
quickly.
call him when as soon as I get out of this meeting.
All right, sir, thank you.
And he picks up the phone when Jack calls him. He's called him several times.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the use of the auditorium for a fundraiser. May I have a motion, please?
I make a motion that we deny this because it goes against our bylaws.
And I second the motion.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm screaming. Y'all hear me now? It's on. It's on. Do you hear me now? Okay, I'm sorry. I make a motion that we deny this because it does go against our bylaws.
And I
And
second it.
discussion by the board? It's the policy, it's our rental policy. Any comments from the board?
Yes,
Okay, I couldn't see your hand, sorry, Rick.
anyway, no, I just, it's a good organization. No question about that from everybody I've talked to about it. And, I hate to deny them, but I just don't want us to getting into where we're renting out our clubhouse, to others, because where do we stop? And, it just, how soon is their event? If their
February.
events in January or February, I'd say we're too far gone and let them do it this year, but not next year. When is it scheduled?
February 5th.
We're into December, publicity. I don't really approve of doing it, but I think we've already committed ourselves to doing it this year. But I think it should be, well, you got an organization, that's dependent on, at the beginning of February, you're talking 2 months away. And, advertisement and stuff's gone out. And like I said, it's a good organization. I disapprove of the policy. I think we did wrong in doing it, and are doing it. And I think we should tell them that we will not do it again. But I'm for, letting them do it this year because we failed to act when we should have.
Who is the organization? We haven't heard that.
Okay, the Thursday Musicale is requesting the use of the clubhouse auditorium on February 5th, 2026. This will be a fundraiser concert starting at 7 p.m. The choir members will start arriving at 6 p.m. And there are some members of it that reside in Timber Oaks. And, but it is a fundraiser, and we have already told Timber Oaks residents at times that they couldn't have a fundraiser, like at a dance, somebody wanted a fundraiser, and it was told, no, you can't do it at the dance, you can't do it. It's also, if you read the rules, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring it with me, but in the rules say for the rental agreement, it says that it has to be for a member of your family or whatever. Debbie, you have it there? I'm sorry to make you. Thanks. Okay. It says, the first one, it says the senior resident in good standing. Yes, the person who requested is a resident in good standing. 2, that I attest the function being from myself or a blood relative, spouse, parent, grandparent, daughter, son, grandchild, niece, nephew, including in-laws and stepchildren. It is not. I understand the use of the auditorium will not be granted for commercial, profit-making, fundraisers, political, or religious functions. All other requests other than outlined in the agreement must be approved by the TSCA board. No exceptions permitted. I attest this is a personal function defined as a wedding, birthday, anniversary, family get-together, and will be hosted by myself, a senior resident. So there are a number of rules here that it does not apply to. I know we have done it before. We have done it for them before. I have, and I've been on the board before, and I have voted no for it because of just that. And my question to everyone would be, and if we have a group in here, a group that is all Timber Oaks residents that would like to have a political person come in and give a speech and that maybe have a fundraiser, would we be making an exemption for them? And I would have hoped that it would be no. And if we're going to say no to our own residents for that, for a function of a group of Timber Oaks residents, then I feel we should say no to the others. But Mayor standing, I assume, well, Dave, you wanted to speak?
If LeMay wants to go ahead before I talk, she's been here waiting.
No, I don't mind. Board has
Okay.
priority.
I just wanted to relate to all of our residents that are here today, something that I was required to do like 45, maybe 2 months ago. One of our residents wanted to have a fundraiser at a dance for breast cancer. And my wife was even part of the group that was going to put this on. And they came to me at the last minute to see if this was allowed, if they could do this. So I went to the office and was told that it didn't fit the guidelines. It really wasn't allowed. I had to go back and tell these people who are, you know, all of them, but that they wouldn't be allowed to do it. And sometimes, you know, they had made all the plans. It was like a week beforehand. They ended up not being able to do it. And so from my personal point of view, I can't come back 60 days later and give an unrelated person the use of this auditorium. for a fundraiser if we can't even allow someone who is a member and pays part of the rent on this place to have a fundraiser here? So that is why, when the vote is called, that I'll be voting no.
So, have we said yes to this person already?
No,
Then I'm against it.
this is the first meeting that we've had since we received that request.
Well, but the reason my question is, we've said yes in the past. And I'm hoping we did not make an automatic yes to this person already, and they've gone down the road. But if we haven't said yes and we said it's got to go before the board and like that, I'm saying no, because the rules are.
Lemay, I think,
Lorraine Nyford, Oakwood. Do you know how, does anyone know how many years we have allowed this to be held here?
no, probably at least 3.
I'm sure it was at least 4 and probably a lot more because it was allowed the whole time I was on the board. I find it funny that everything you voted no for soon comes up at this board meetings. And it's not just this. This is a fundraiser for Thursday Musicale. At least 4 or 5 of our ladies sing in Thursday Musicale. And we also have the gentleman who plays piano who's in Thursday Musicale. They don't raise funds for anything frivolous. We give, or they give, I'm not really a part of it. They give, what is it? Scholarships to high school musical students so they can complete what they want to do in college. As far as coming here for a fundraiser, I thought the fundraisers were mostly for Timber Oaks. I understand why breast cancer was not allowed because it was at one of our events, the dance. This is a group that comes in every year and holds their fundraiser here. They don't have any other choices. They have tried. We have done it for at least 4 years. And now again, we're going to change things because it doesn't go by the letter of the law and how you think it should be done. You are here for the residents. There are numerous residents who are on Thursday Musicale. And it is a great fundraiser. And it gets our name out there as a great place to live. We are not doing that anymore for numerous reasons. I have a neighbor who moved out because he doesn't like our HOA. Moved out. Yet part of the reason for that was to make this place more sellable. We want to live here. We don't want to sell our homes.
Could I add something?
yes, you may.
Lemay, by my no vote, I want you to understand, and everybody else here, I'm not judging the efficacy or the power of that group or their good works at all. I believe they are if the people are associated with it. But when does our rules matter and when do they don't? And I just don't feel comfortable doing this. So I hope you will understand, and the people there, it's a difficult decision we have, but we're trying to go by the rules. And that's the rules.
Patty. Patricia French Weislich, 7024. Remember to drop the other one. You don't even know how long we have been allowing this to happen. This has been going on a lot longer than 4 years. And there have been many, many members of the community, our community, that have contributed to this, making this a success. These aren't strangers. And the biggest thing we hear is, oh, well, we're going to be overrun with people. 0 requests have ever been made to do something from an outside group. 0. And I can tell you that for a fact. One board member, when this came up a million years ago, who doesn't even live here anymore, and I'm going to be gender neutral about it, said, oh, I want to have a fundraiser for my dog rescue. Nothing ever came of it. You're all talking about what if, we're going to be overrun. 0 requests. This charity has been in existence for over 70 years, supports students doing something that doesn't get a lot of support, music scholarships. Yet you're all sitting up there going, oh, I must read the letter of the law, not the spirit. Doesn't matter that our residents come to this, enjoy it, and participate in it and support it. Zero requests from other organizations. Thank you.
Could I make a,
Let's, and then we can finish after.
Deborah Newman. I live in Oak Forest. I'm an attorney, and I would just say to you that it is not an easy thing for the board members, and I congratulate you for your work and your volunteerism. But you must follow the rules, or else we don't live in a civilized society. Anything goes. And as hard as it is to deny a very good organization, it is unfortunately your job to do that. And I'm sure you don't do it lightly. And the only thing that we could do is change those laws, those bylaws, if that's even possible through the state. And I don't know, because I'm not familiar with the HOA and the state's requirements. That would be the only way that we could allow a fundraiser like that. And the fact that we've done it in prior years does not make it right. You can speed on the highway until you get caught, and you can't say to the cop, well, I've done it before, and you haven't stopped me and given me a ticket before, so you can't give me a ticket now. That's not a logical defense to it. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie.
Hi, Luciola, Casuarina Drive. When I first moved up here 18 years ago, they had that function at First United Methodist Church. Why isn't this fundraiser being held at the church? And I can remember many Timber Oaks residents attending that church and building up the event in here so people would go and spend a little money or donate money for that particular fundraiser. I'm not sure when it came here, whatever, but unfortunately, I agree with the board. I really believe that our rules need to be followed because you're going to be opening a can of worms if you allow this.
Thank you, Karen.
Hi, Vicky Monterey. If I remember correctly, this event started sometime around the COVID era, and I believe it's because where they normally had it at, they couldn't have it there, so they asked us to do it here. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing to give scholarships to kids. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. I've only been here 6 years, so within the last 6 years that started here. And honestly, our insurance and our liability, there's going to be people that aren't residents going up and down on that stage. I really don't think we should host events like that with people from outside coming in, because if something happens, God forbid, we had a parking lot accident at an event with residents. This is an event with some residents, mainly not residents. I just, insurance-wise, I don't think it's wise we do stuff like that in the future anymore. At the time, I believe this event was started because they couldn't find anywhere else to do it. And we were kind enough, but insurance liability, I mean, you guys, money-wise, we can't really afford to have an accident in here for an event like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Hi, Gail Rupp, 8221 Sophie Court. I do agree with the board as far as not putting it on due to the rules that are in place, and if we have rules, we need to follow the rules. However, is there a possibility that we could possibly agree to a donation maybe to the group that would help them at least see that we do have some good faith for them?
Before, I know at least one other board member wants to make, most of you don't know that I support education. I support music education. I had 2 kids in high school that went through the band. I did a lot with band, and I support scholarships for kids going to school, but it doesn't follow what our rules are here. And if we don't use our rules, who will? If we keep breaking and not doing and not following, they no longer are rules. They can be challenged and said, you never followed it before, why do I have to follow it? And if you go to court and it's happened for too long, we could lose those rules. We could lose being an HOA if it gets to a certain point. And it's possible. Okay, Dave, you wanted to say, oh, and they just, at the last Live Oaks meeting, they were advertising their concert that was 2 days after the Live Oaks meeting, I believe. I think it was on the Thursday at the United Methodist Church. So they were using the United Methodist Church in November. And I think Tanya is right that it was that they couldn't use the church when they wanted to, the first time that they asked to use it.
I appreciate you bringing that out because I didn't know that. But I wanted to go back to all the comments, starting with LeMay's. LeMay, I researched the group. You're right. They have a long history. They support a lot of causes that I'm for. They are as old as you say, 70 years, and they're supporting music scholarships. I know you're interested in music. I think you see me at the same place as you are interested in music too. So it's not that I'm not interested in helping these people. I feel like I'm put in a bind because on one hand, I want to do, help them, but on the other hand, I have a responsibility here. And so I'm sorry that we disagree on this, but I think your arguments are well taken, and I appreciate you standing up for them. Deborah Newman and Karen, Tanya, and Gail, you're coming down on the side that I'm coming down on, and I appreciate not only your support, but also coming up here and giving us comments that help us to enrich our decision. So thank you for that.
Okay, I'm going to call for the vote, seeing no other comments. For the board, the vote is to deny the use of the auditorium to the Thursday Musicale group. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to the upgrading of existing cameras. I'm going to ask for a motion so that we can legally discuss it on the floor, or I will make a motion that we consider upgrading the cameras in all the cameras that we have for our security system. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, now we have 3 bids. Jack, did you want to explain the 3 bids that we have and what they include?
Okay, who I've been using is a company called Triadco Inc. They're very reasonable. They've already replaced a couple of the older cameras for us that have given out. I asked them to give us a bid to replace the DVR because you're going to need a new, bigger DVR because the high resolution cameras use up more storage space. So they came up with a material list to replace.
Jack, talk into the mic.
They came up with a material list to replace all the cameras, and their bid came in at $9,584.31. I talked to 2 other companies. I gave them the same specs and materials as Triadco. I didn't give pricing or anything like that, just materials. Touchstone came in at $16,592, and Accurate Electronics $20,828. So Triadco seems to be the one. And if we're going to move forward, talking about adding additional cameras to make sure we have coverage of the complete parking lot, one of the buildings, complete parking lot over here with the high def cameras, I'd like to deal only with Triadco. As you can see, their prices are much better.
I don't have a problem with using them as far as the bid. I would like a more in-depth on focusing, do we have the right coverage? Do we need more coverage? Like we already know, we need it in front of the buildings because there's nothing on the sidewalks in front of the building. I think we need to make sure that our residents are really good and secure and our staff feeling like they're secure and everything. So I think we should get a more in-depth report from them before we accept this proposal. But I am leaning toward this proposal.
Mike, was it Mike or, I'm sorry. Okay, Rick.
Yes, I'm gonna make a motion to table this. I don't think we've had enough information. I think there's a need here. I think we're gonna end up with something, but I just wanna make sure that we don't. We're talking electronics, we're talking at least 10,000. They're close to it. And that may be enough, but I doubt it. And I've had discussions with a few other learned people who have looked into this, and there's a need in other places to have cameras. Let's do the whole picture. Let's know what we're doing fully. And I think to do that, we get some time by tabling this. So I move the table.
Yeah, Rick, I understand. I'm just asking for permission that I could work with Triadco. As you can see, the other companies are much higher. And I can talk to Triadco about making sure that we have full coverage of the parking lots, coverage on the front of the building, full coverage over there, full coverage on the deck. These are 5 megapixel cameras. And even the gentleman from Accurate Electronics came out here, pulled up our screen and popped up just one of the cameras. And he laughed at the poor quality because they're so old. But these 5 megapixel cameras are much sharper and see farther clearly that you can zoom in on and see something.
I go back, I don't know, I've been a director for 7 years, which 2 or 3 years interlude. So I go back maybe 10 years. And these cameras were brought up that are hidden here now. And of course, we were told at that time that, you know, they were the best, they will do and all that. And it went on. I would just want a little time here for you to do what you're saying you want to do. And for the board to look into it, make sure what they want done. And for, well, shall we say, influence from the members, and that's the proper, only members. Well, almost everybody here is members. And, you know, let's take our time a little bit. This is not an item that, you know, the clubhouse is going to.
I agree with that. I was just trying to get it down to.
We're not arguing, Jack. We're not arguing. I've just formally made a motion to table it so we can have time.
Well, actually, there's another motion already on the floor.
This is a motion to that motion.
He wants to table that motion, and I think I'd rather, I understand, and I think that's where we're gonna wind up. But I think more than allowing Jack just to work with the one, I think that we need to look at where, Debbie, do you remember who was the first one that we had? Because this is not where else we've had cameras.
We originally bought the camera system with ADT in 2018,
ADT.
but they're no longer servicing it. It's now Red Wire.
Okay, I think we, and I'm going to speak and the board disagrees with what I'm saying, give Jack the direction to get 3 different companies. Let's definitely drop the one that's the $20,000 guy. Accurate Electronics. Definitely work with the one who we've been working with and the third, and have them all come out, look at the property, tell us 3 bids, telling us what we need to cover the complete parking lots, the tennis court, the bocce ball courts and the clubhouse and the entrance to the clubhouse, so that the senior center, as it's defined, I believe in the bylaws or in the covenants, is covered with cameras and what we will see with the cameras. I mean, this will at least give the parking lots are gonna be the hard part, because from the night vision because I was trying to compare some of the cameras that they were using, how far they can see at night. Because when it's, one of the cameras was only 113 feet in dark and the other was 130 feet in dark. So we want to be able to see everything. And if that's,
Can we also add that, like, let's try to get this done in a short time period, like a 30-day time period?
right,
Because it may cost us $3,000 now, but may cost us $6,000 if we wait another 30 days to go ahead and get this done. I'm using that as an example.
Are you asking that besides Triabco, you don't want me to use either of these other two companies?
no, just the one I would eliminate is accurate.
But still get more quotes from Touchstone?
Yeah, how about Redfin? They originally installed it.
Redwire.
ADT, which is now Redwire, excuse me.
I think we should let our manager use his own instinct and you out there. I'm not out of that market. I couldn't give him any guidance. I question whether any of us can really give him guidance as to who to go to, where he's got connections that he can call and find out and do it. I don't want to overmanage this, but we've got a manager here. I'm just thinking that we need to delay. If it's 30 days, it's 30 days, but if it's 60 days, fine, but you may want to, if you extend and table this, you may want to appoint a committee to aid him, so it's up to you.
I think that we know, the board knows what it wants covered. Let's get 3 bids of what that would cost to cover all of it. To upgrade what we have, to cover all of it from 3, one of which definitely would be the one that was the lowest bid that we've been using now. And the other 2, one could be the Touchstone, the 16, and the other someone else. And I think that we let the manager do so that he can get experts out here, electronic experts out here to do it. And we have it so we will have the data for what you can get for us for the December meeting.
I'd just like to explain to you why this is coming up now. About 3 days after I first set up on this dais, I got a call at 12 o'clock at midnight, from Donna Mosier, who was down here chasing some kids she apparently got a call chasing some kids or trying to see what was going on down here, speeding around in the parking lot. I told her, go home, call the sheriff. And I wasn't going to be putting my clothes on coming down there. 2 days later, I got a call from a citizen, one of our residents members, that was telling me that there was kids in the parking lot and on the dock smoking pot and running their car around in the parking lot. And I told the lady, call the sheriff. That's the person that can do this. So 2 days after that, I came in, talked to Jack, and I'm paraphrasing this, Jack, but I asked Jack, could I see the tapes for Friday night between 10 and 12, which was the first night that Donna had the issue. And then the second night was on a Sunday night. And Jack told me at that time, good luck, because you can't see anything, because the cameras aren't that good. And I'm going, what? So not only that, but I called Mike. I said, Mike, this was a little bit later. And I'm relating this story to him. And he goes, well, that's nothing. He said he's been up here 3 times. One of them, when the unfortunate golf cart accident took, we had that tape. But the other 2 that were at night have no idea who those were. who the people were that were trespassing. And then Donna had the same issue again and talked to Jack about it, and it's finally got it on to the thing. If we have the cameras there not to see in the daytime, we can see in the daytime. The cameras are there that when people use this facility at night, and believe me, it's open 24 hours a day, that we would feel comfortable walking outside from here and getting into our car. And if we weren't comfortable with it, at least we'd be able as a community to know who did this horrible thing to this person. And to me, I don't think there's any money in the world that's more important than making sure that every one of you guys, and me, because I'm too old to fight these young kids, that we're safe in our own land here. So that's why I think it's extremely important that we act. And I think that you can tell by the point of view from all of us here that we really want to do the right thing the first time and get it done by holding up a little bit, get good quotes, make sure we got the coverage we need of the campus, and then move forward. So I think that's what a consensus is.
Because I was gonna say, we've replaced that lower gate probably 4 times just from teenagers that don't even live in here, jumping the gate at midnight and coming in. That's more expense we're having to pay up to besides getting the cameras. So I think we should do it and do it right.
Okay, I will, okay, thank you. Chris, were you first in line, I believe?
Chris Dabrowski. I think we also need to put a camera in the arts and craft room. It's the only room other than the bathrooms in this facility that doesn't have a camera.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for your input.
Since we're going to be doing this and spending hopefully some good money for a good quality viewing during the PM hours, if we got a schematic of the coverage that we need, and he gave it to 3 different companies and got 3 different prices for the exact same thing, that may help. Now, I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't even have a computer. But maybe there's people in here who have knowledge of the new stuff and or the current stuff. It's like buying a hearing aid. You buy it today, it's old tomorrow. And I'm sure it's the same thing with these cameras. We may need, unless you know a company or people who are up on that. I mean, I'd hate to go buy a hearing aid today, but we need some educated information on this, so we're not doing this again in another 3 to 5 years.
That is why we're asking for what we need in 3 quotes.
The bids don't tell you that. You have to find out what the equipment is that's being used.
Well,
Each of these
that's
bids
what,
did specify equipment.
I'm sorry?
Each of these bids did specify the equipment.
Type of equipment, and are you familiar with it enough to know?
I have been around security systems for 30 years.
Okay.
So with the 5 megapixel pictures with their cameras, they're proposing are flawless.
Okay.
Dave Teller. My question is this, and I was on a committee here for the gym because I knew a little bit about the gym. I had 2 other people on it. We got a nice gym out of it. I saved $10,000. I really think there should be a committee, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that live in Timber that have more electronic upgrade than you guys. I'm not picking on you, but I really think there's probably people in here that would be more than welcome to get on a committee. And I don't think we need to rush it because it's been this way for so long anyway. What's a few more months? Get a committee together, get people that know these things, make sure we're getting in the right thing, maybe even bring these bids people in and have them show us what they have and how it works. And I think that's what we really need a committee for. We need a committee to have them, somebody that knows a little bit more about it and knows what they're doing, and maybe we'll get the right equipment at the right price.
I agree. I was just gonna say, can you hear me now? Okay, I agree. I was, thinking the same thing, that maybe if we had an what is that, an act committee or whatever, ad hoc committee, with people that are in here that know about electronics and maybe would advise or whatever, instead of spending money on something that will be obsolete in a year or two. I do know Billy Golden had told me a few times, because she's on that first house right here, that there's a lot of times kids are there or cars are there and they're parked there. I personally have a Blink camera. Well, my daughter has a Blink camera that's in the yard. So you could do it at night and it goes by the Wi-Fi, but it's in the yard. So when you have to go that far away, like in the end of the parking lot, that, they have things available that could reach that far. It's just that whether or not we're gonna get something for that parking lot too, like all the way over. Okay,
That's why
yeah,
if we have 3 different companies come and give us the specifics of what it will cover, what we tell them what we want covered. They give us different plans. At that point, let the board look at it. If we feel we need more input, we will. But these will be 3 companies that are dealing with it right now. They're dealing with it, and we know in our minds, each of us has, we want to be able to see this, we want to be able to see that, and we'll work from that. If it's needed that there should be a committee, if we can't figure out, or if there's such a difference between what the companies are offering, and we need more help, we'll see, but that's what you guys elect us for.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's not to say that if we get this done, we find out, hey, we need a couple more cameras here too, but at least we're trying to cover as many bases as we can.
One sec, let Debbie.
Deborah Newman, I'm in Oak Forest, 10530 Mira Vista. I don't know anything about cameras and electronics, so I may be misspeaking. But one of the things that would interest me is people knowing that we have cameras in use. So maybe some signs as well,
Yes.
saying cameras in use. Maybe a deterrent to a 15-year-old who's trying to do some wheelies in our parking lot. The other thing is that sometimes the cheapest bid is not the best bid. Sometimes it's is the company big enough to take care of this over the next 5 years and upgrade us as we need to? That's one of the things I would be asking. Can you upgrade us during the next 5 years so that we don't have an obsolete system in 5 years, that we are growing? Can we grow this system? These are questions that I think we should be asking, but I'm not the expert here. But I think that since your idea is about having a schematic telling us what we should have, I know there are different cameras. Some cameras do 120 degrees, some do 180 degrees. These are all important things that may change the numbers on a bid. There may be the same amount of cameras, but the difference in the camera might be significant, and the cost might not therefore be the only thing we should look at. Thank you.
Yeah. And we do plan on getting signs.
Ray Nyford, Oakwood. My thing is, they're all sitting up there saying, we don't really know much about computers, we can do it in our home. I think we all feel that way. But we have residents who are proficient in computer works. You're gonna sit there and wait for 3 people to give you bids and explain what they're doing, who will explain it so that it looks really good to you, but you have no idea what they're selling you. And that's what they're doing, selling. They're gonna come up and tell you everything they can about how great their program is. All 3 of them will sound great. You have no idea what they're selling. Use what we have here. Knowledge that residents have, form a committee. We did that with the gym. We got $10,000 off the top, and we have a gym that everyone uses that is not broken down all the time. because we had no idea what to do with it. Use what we have. Don't think that because you agree with it, it's right. Get it checked out. And Jack can say, I've been around security systems for 30 years. I've probably been around them for 50 years. I still have no damn idea how they work or what to buy. I would have to go to someone else and ask them.
Thank you.
Bill Evans, Ben, Jack, did you say 5 megapixel cameras?
Yes.
Okay, because my phone is 50. Okay, and it's a $120 phone, so I don't think 5 is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. There's no more comments from the audience. We will table this.
We haven't had a second.
Okay, can I have a second to the table?
Second.
Vote to table, and Jack, you have your running orders, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you gonna be doing the committee or not?
We gave you running orders.
Okay.
Not at this point. There might wind up being one after. Renee, you're not in office right now. You heard me. You heard me. Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries, and we'll move on to fines and suspensions.
All right. I make a motion to fine 10837 Costa Grande Avenue, $50 a day for maintenance of the lot in violation of TSCA covenants, up to $5,000.
All those and any comments from the board?
Yes.
Go ahead, Rick.
I think I made this comment before. This is not going to prevent me from voting the way I feel about the voting. But I think that we should not be doing a maximum fine for every person. I mean, I think there's a difference between a rust spot in the middle of a garage, a guy with a junk car parked outside his garage. And I still think that we should get past boards that have done this, or we should get some variety in the amount of fine.
All right, any other questions on it? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. We have this thing. Yeah.
I make a motion to fine 10837 Costa Grande Avenue, $50 a day for maintenance of lot or weed treatment, up to $5,000.
Second.
Any comments from the board?
Madam President,
Yes.
I'm also opposed if this is, which it is, multiple fines on the same property. And I feel there's a similarity, the property's in violation or not. I don't think we should be doing multiple fines. At some point, I think we should submit this question to our council to find out.
We have. And the council said that we should do each violation separately, because if they fix one, then we could lose the ability to fine for the other. And that's what the council said, so that's why we do it the way that we do.
Okay, thank you.
You're
I'll be
welcome.
asking to have a copy of that.
Yeah. Yes, you,
I did a little research on this. This particular property was given forgiveness a year ago, time to get it done. And here we are back again a year later. If anybody would like to see the photo of this, I think you can pretty well tell that this yard is not being maintained towards the deed restrictions. And
Okay,
Madam President. One more quick comment so everybody realizes. It says the first one was address the bare areas in the lawn. The second one is have the weed treatment applied to the lawn. And the third one is trim shrubs to 4 feet. That last one might be separate, but I don't see where the first two are really separate items. Either the lawn's good or it's not. Right. I agree with it, but why only double finding it, you know?
Well, because the bare lawn is one of them and the weeds growing is a different one.
How many weeds? You have them in 2 different places.
There's a, look at it.
Weeds are green. I have green weeds in my yard. I'm not gonna pull up green weeds because it's green.
okay. All right, we're on this violation. Excuse me. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, the motion carries. And one more.
I move to find the owners of 10837 Casa Grande Avenue $50 a day for tree shrubs, maintenance of lot that is in violation of Tuscan covenants.
Second.
Comments? Yes, this third one says 1, 2, and 3 and 3. Okay. And seeing none, anyone? Okay, all right. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
I move to find the owners of 8119 San Bernardino $50 a day, never mind that one. Okay.
Okay,
I move to find the owners of 8604 Winding Wood Drive $50 a day for maintenance of the home that's in violation of Tuscan covenants.
questions?
I need a second.
I second it. I was looking at the picture.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And just a comment, since this one was roof, I went out and looked at this. You can see that it needs it. I mean, to me, the picture wasn't that clear. I went on a sunny day and yes, it does. Okay.
I didn't get to vote no
Oh, we didn't finish yet. I was gonna ask for a vote no. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
yet. No. I fell from the photo.
Okay,
That's all I have.
motion carried.
Okay, I move to find the owners of 8515 Cedar View Court $50 a day for maintenance of the lot in violation of Tuscan covenants.
Second it.
Any questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
I move to find the owner of 8808 Woodmont Lane $50 a day for maintenance of lot that's in violation of Tuscan covenants.
I second it.
Any questions?
Well,
Why aren't we getting the driveway taken care of at the same time?
I don't know unless they already have one for the driveway.
where's that bare area in the
Oh, all over.
Dead stuff.
It's all over. You can see it here. So they're there and there. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
I move to find the owner of 10819 Los Santos Drive $50 a day for maintenance of lot that's in violation of Tuscan covenants.
I second it.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay. Correspondence, we didn't have any. I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
I second.
Well,
Make a motion to adjourn.
and Don is second. All those in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, the meeting's over. Thank you very much. We're open for open forum. LeMay.